Okay, so we can move on to task 3, and this is always some kind of calculation. And as normal, this is there's normally a 10% discount or some kind of 10% calculation for these. This time there's a 5% and a 10% discount. And it says apply a 5% discount to the price of the computer if the customer has bought only one additional item. Apply a 10% discount to the price of the computer if the customer has bought 2 or more additional items. And then output the money saved and the new price of the computer after the discount. So what we need to do is actually, when in task 2, when we're adding a new item, or additional item rather, we just need to count how many they add. So we can have some kind of counter variable in task 2 that is increased every time we add to that order. So basically what we need to do is, before the while loop, we need to create a variable that is called add item counter, and we're going to set that to 0. And then when they add an item under this else code here, we're going to increase add item counter by 1. So I'm going to do a plus equals 1 here. We're going to add that in, and that will just keep a count. Now, because I've created it outside of that while loop, and that's why we must create this variable outside the while loop, it means that we can use whatever is in that variable later on. And what we're going to do is, just before we print everything else out, we can, or rather we can print out everything and then add the adjusted figure. So you can do it before or after, it's totally up to you. But I'm going to do it here. I'm going to say print calculating discount, like that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that variable add item counter in an if statement and work out the 5 or the 10% discount. So here I'm going to do if add item counter is equal to 0, then we're going to do nothing. Actually, should we do that? Well, there's a number of ways we could write this. So actually, I'm not going to do the 0 yet. I'm going to use that in the else. So we need to find out if it's equal to 1. So if it's equal to 1, then we're going to do a 5% discount. Okay. Else if add item counter, I think I can just paste it in. Yeah, there we go. Is greater than 1. So it's got to be greater than 1. Then it's a 10% discount. I'm going to fill this in later. Else, we're basically going to do nothing. So we can remove that else actually, because we're not going to do anything. Well, we could do a print actually. We're going to do nothing, so we can say actually if the else print no discount applies due to no additional items, like that. So we've actually done our else now. Okay, like that. So all we need to do is work out the 5% discount and the 10% discount. It's going to be almost the same. It's just the way that we calculate, or the way that we calculate the discount is going to be the same, but the actual figure to work out the discount is going to be different. Okay, so how do we work out the discount? Well, all you normally do is you create a variable, call it discount, and we say discount equals, so it's the total price, the order price. So we need to get that, the order price here, the sum of the order price, and we're going to times that by 0.05. So it should be our 5% discount, 0.05. Because if you remember, you know your percentages, it's actually in GCSE maths, doing about percentages, it's 0.05 for 5% discount. So that's the amount of discount, and then we can use that on our total price and we can adjust it. So we need to change our total price. We'll do that at the end actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my discount voucher, variable voucher, discount variable up here, and I'm going to set it to be 0 to start with. Okay, and that means that we can use this anywhere from then on, because if I create the variable here, it will get destroyed in memory once the if statement has finished. Okay, so then if we've got a 10% discount, we can move down to that one. We just copy this and we need to add the 10% discount, and 10% exactly the same, but it's like that. That's 10%. Okay, so that will get us the amount of discount that applies, but then we need to adjust the full order price. So what we're going to do is we're going to, down here, work out what the discount, we've got the discount, we've got the amount of discount, but we need to add out take that away from the total price. So the total price is going to be the sum of the order price minus the discount. Okay, so it's the sum of the order price minus the discount. Now there's a few inefficiencies in this code. We could actually, we keep doing this thing where we're summing up the order price, but we can come back to that another time. So that's our total price. So we can print out, and we can say total price is equal to, or total price before discount, I'm going to put. So I'm going to sort of drag this out a little bit. Total price before discount, and then we're going to put the sum of the order price. And then we can do another print line, which is discount applied. And we just print out the discount variable. We might need to round that figure. And then finally, total price minus discount. And then we put in total price. So we're printing out, because we're outputting the amount of money saved and the new price for the computer after the discount. So I'm quite happy with that. This is really typical of the sorts of things that they ask for this. Let's see if it works. I think we're going to have to apply some rounding here. I think we're going to get some really long numbers for our decimal places. But let's just see if it works first. And then we can tidy things up afterwards. So we've got A1, B1, C1. And we'll add one additional item. So we're going to check to see if our 5% discount applies. So I'm going to go with D1. And then I'm going to do a -1 to quit. Yeah, there we go. So let's have a check. We've got our basic components and our total price. Then we're calculating discount. And then the total price before discount, as we've seen, discount applied 23.248, etc. And then the total price minus discount 441. So let's just work that out. Let's just use our calculator to see if that is correct. So I'm just going to do 464.97 times 0.05, and that is £23. Yep, that's correct. And so I'm happy with that. So it's 464. It's always good to check your calculations. Minus 23, 24, and that will be 441 point. So that's so we will have to do some rounding. Okay, so let me show you how to do the rounding for that. When we got really long decimal places like this, all we do is we round the figure to however many decimal places you want to do. Because it's money, we'll do it to 2 decimal places. So we just use the predefined function round. This is library code. And we do round, and then we do (2) because we want it to be to 2 decimal places. And we do the same with the total here, and 2 decimal places, and that should be all right. Let's just check that that's okay. Let's rerun it. C3. and then we'll add one more. Yeah, that's good. So obviously it's different figures because I selected different items this time, but that's nicely rounded and I'm happy with that. Now, the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just check the 10% discount. So I'm going to add 2 or more items and just check that that works, and also none. So it's always good when you've got an if statement, check every branch of the if statement so that you know that it's working. So let's check if we're going to run, if we're going to add no extra items. We'll just, because we want to make sure it's all working correctly. And I'm not going to have any extra items, and there's no discount applied. So that's good, that's great. And let's just check if we add more than one. So I'm going to add, I'll add F1, I'll add E3, I'll do one more, I'll do D1. And then I'll quit. And that looks right, yeah, because 10% of 700 is 72. So that's good. That looks good to me. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so we've done all 3 tasks now, and that's it. Now there is some extra stuff that we can do. I'll do in the next video, but that is the pre-release. Quite a nice little neat one, not too stressful, very in keeping with the last one. Nice pre-release, and we can add some extra sort of error checking in the next video.